or engineering in general? Overrated or underrated?
I'm going to go with overrated.
Overrated.
Not
okay.
because engineering is bad, but I think that there's a stigma that, like, if you make it into engineering, you're like that guy. You're a genius. But if you walk, okay, people come on tours and they see the Granger College of Engineering. Like, someone from Granger's probably watching this. I hope I don't disqualify myself from scholarships.
It's okay.
But, they see all the nice buildings and they're like, wow, this is great. I'm going to walk out of here. I'm going to make 6-figure starting salary. But you don't think about all the times you're going to have to walk into Granger Library or the DCO and you're going to sit in a CBTF exam with 80 other engineers who all were that guy from high school or that girl from high school and are all crying, because they just bombed some midterm and they feel like they're too stupid. There's a lot of sucky parts about engineering. And so if you're coming into it just because of how well it's rated and you think you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to have a lot of prestige, that's a big mistake. Just like people that go to med school and go through all those years just for a salary. If you're doing it because of how well it's rated, you're not an idiot, but you're an idiot. Okay. You better like engineering to some degree if you're going to stick with it. And, also as engineers, sometimes it's kind of fun. We hate on other majors, like, oh, they have so little homework.
I'm getting it.
Artists don't do anything, but, it's like 3 a.m. We're tired, and what do? We go on Spotify, and we put on some beautiful music by someone that didn't have to go through CBTF exams and probably lives in LA and was relaxing on the beach when they wrote this song. And as we're crying, we're listening to their music while we bully their fellow majors. So it's a bit overrated for those aforementioned reasons.
Yeah, and I think it's actually really, really interesting because people think, oh, engineering means 6 figures. And just to break it to you, if you look at the data here, most engineering majors don't have the demand. So a lot of people, sure, you're going to get the engineering degree, but demand isn't there. Mm-hmm. And supply and demand. And actually, I think the only one that has actually demand for like jobs, actually computer science. Of course, it doesn't mean you should do computer science, but like has a demand or whatever. But it's just like, sure, you're going through this pain and whatever. Like the only reason why you should do it is because you like it. Mm-hmm. And if you like it, sure, you'll find a job and like everything will work out. But if you're doing it for the money or for like overrated,
yeah,
first the demand is in there, and like, sure, you're gonna be so smart, but like,
you might not even like what you're doing every day. And I guess, there are times, maybe I shouldn't say you're an idiot if you go into this for the money. There are people that, probably have rough home situations and they just need a stable job that's going to get them money. But again, it's still overrated because, yeah, you might make money. It might help your situation, but you have to be aware that, like, you might find it really boring. Or not even so much engineering. Maybe it's the big majors. Like, I think parts of CS are super cool, but I know it's something that I couldn't enjoy doing, even though I might write a little snippet of code and think like, I'm that guy. And people overlook other smaller majors within engineering and think like they're kind of like old school or they're just too niche. Things like systems and industrial, sometimes civil, I think it's overlooked. There are kind of a lot of cool majors that might really be the right one for you. Don't just go to the popular ones like Mechie and ECE and CS, unless you really like that stuff.
We want what other people want. So if you're able to, like, when you're thinking, oh, I want to do mechanical engineering, it's because I really want it or because other people want me to do or like whatever. So interesting.